Hey guys, with this short video I would like to present to you my notes and what are the most important things that I consider to be most important to be noted and mentioned from tonight's Star Wars The Old Republic developer livestream. The topic was Uprisings playthrough with the guys from the Bad Film podcast, Chuck and Brian. Brian was playing his power tech through the new Uprising on HOT called Firefrost. They played it twice, and three guys from the Bioware developing team were helping him because Uprisings, as you probably already know, are designed to be for 4 people only. Let's take actually a closer look at my notes, and I will try to tell you what I believe is really interesting to learn because this was a different kind of live stream from Bioware compared to the previous few weeks, and it was more about playthrough, funs, laughs, and jokes and showing some gameplay rather than revealing new content or new updates and new information. We got a sneak peek at one of the new non-moddable level 242 item level gear with a set bonus. More Uprisings will be coming after the launch of Kotet. We know that several are being scheduled to launch in 2 modes, story mode and veteran mode, with the expansion on 29th of November, early access, or 2nd December regular access for every subscriber. Later on, we will receive Master Mode, or as we know it at the moment, Nightmare Mode for these Uprisings, which again will be level 70. The Uprisings are only available for level 70. The story mode is going to be designed or aimed at players that are level 70, but they can bear or wear any kind of gear pretty much, starting from crab quest gear, going through the rewards given to you while doing the Kotfi and Kotet chapters, and maybe some of the new gear after that obtainable by purchasing things from vendors eventually, or the new Command XP system. The Uprisings in general are targeted towards more of the casual part of the players, what I gather from the stream, because they're not designed in style of let's see who are we stunning and what's the killing order for the next push. It's more in the style of run and smash things around, except for the bosses maybe, because the boss encounters do provide some decent challenge. Even in story mode, of course, if you have much higher tier gear, you will probably be able to out DPS everything and bypass the mechanics. The team from Bioware is absolutely aware that it is possible to overcome or pass through some of the mechanics for the boss fights. It has been possible in the currently existing group content for years, and they are absolutely aware of that. What they're doing is upping the mechanics. The same mechanics are being improved and upgraded for veteran and possibly even more for master mode later on, so that these mechanics will be enforced upon the players and everybody will be forced to do them. The simple mechanics of this boss is turn the boss around, don't stand in red stuff, and be aware of who's tanking the boss and where the tank is positioned, because the boss constantly attacks the tank with a red reticle placed on the floor, which is actually a straight but very wide line doing linear damage on the floor, and nobody else wants to be next to or behind the tank. That's pretty much the goal. The other mechanic involves the turrets. When the turrets spawn, you have to go and destroy them, then go back bashing the boss, otherwise you're just wasting your time. During the first attempt in veteran mode, the guys actually spent a very long time on the final boss encounter, and I didn't see an enrage. I haven't seen yet any official confirmation whether we will have enrage in the Uprisings or not, but it seems that this is not a part of the design for those encounters. As I've mentioned already, veteran mode is a big step up in terms of difficulty compared to the story mode, where players can pretty much breeze through everything. However, there will be no new mechanics, and that has been confirmed by the Bioware team officially, at least not with the 2 modes available at launch for 5.0. We will have the exact same mechanics on the bosses, but they will be improved and upgraded for veteran mode, and not officially mentioned yet, but I expect exactly the same is going to happen for master mode. It's kind of similar to what we saw with the first operation available in Star Wars The Old Republic, if you guys remember. No new mechanics were available in Story Hard and Nightmare mode for Karagas Palace and Eternity Vault. Instead, the bosses were surviving a lot longer with the much bigger HP pools, and they were dealing a ton more damage in the scaled up difficulty. The initial goal is for the uprisings to last between 15 and 30 minutes. That obviously depends more on the team that's doing them, not on the encounters. Most of the uprisings, if not all of them, are actually taking place in a specifically designed instance, but the interior or exterior is taken out from a real place that's available in one of the planets that we have a chance to explore. Bioware says that there will be semi-hidden things inside the instances to tease players and force them to explore Easter eggs, secret bonus bosses, hints to what might be coming soon in terms of content and story moments, plus some other things eventually. Bioware is targeting the uprisings towards the smaller groups and smaller teams. These instances are one of the new endgame activities available for players, and world bosses and Dark vs. Light event bosses are the other endgame activities targeted for teams of a larger scale, 8 to 16. Even though the uprisings are designed for teams of 4 players, it is absolutely possible, just like with the currently existing flashpoints and operations, for lesser number of people to try and challenge themselves with. For example, you can go inside by yourself with your companion, or God forbid, totally alone if you wish, and check out how much or how long you can survive and how long eventually it will take you to clear the whole uprising. Now, of course, with a higher level, a higher tier of endgame gear, it will probably be kind of easy to go through the uprisings, or at least some of them. The command experience is heavily balanced to benefit and promote group play for the group content available in patch 5.0. There is a thing Bioware calls group modifier, which means that the larger group you do the group content with, the more command experience you're going to receive at the end of the quest, instance, or a boss. A couple of quick hints as to what we could or should expect in terms of command experience rewards. After the final boss was defeated in the story mode version of the Uprising, the player received a command XP token, which rewarded them with 134 command points, if I'm not mistaken. You can check that in the link that I've attached below the video in my notes, because I'm just mentioning that by memory. In the hard mode or the veteran mode, the player received a purple token. The first one in story mode was a blue medium amount. This one from veteran was a blue large command points, and it rewarded the player with 184 command points at the end of the quest. The quest itself gave the player 230 command points and 17,000 credits. I personally think 17,000 credits is a little bit too cheap, but we don't exactly know how much money we can potentially get from inside the uprisings while killing trash mobs and eventually looting their stuff. So 17,000 might actually be added to another nice amount that we've already learned. We couldn't see a command crate opening because Brian didn't get to level up a command rank during the live stream, but because Eric Musco wanted to show that, and unfortunately the developer tricks or cheats failed to grant him the next command XP rank, Eric Musco promised next week, which I believe should be 17th or 18th of November. Well, you can again check the notes below and see when the next date is expected to be. I believe it's next Thursday, or should be. So he promised next live stream from Bioware is going to begin with command crates opening, just so we can see live and officially how exactly it's being done and what is the content of the command crate. One thing we know for sure, there is supposed to always be one endgame gear item inside those crates. Bioware says it depends on your current command rank. So the lesser rank or the lower rank you have, the lower tier gear you will have. You will never have a chance to open, let's say, a rank 5 crate and receive from it the top of the top best endgame gear. That's no chance happening, because Bioware wants us to farm things. We know that the RNG system they're developing with the command experience and the command crates is not good and nobody likes it. I don't know why Bioware is going back, because we proved to them with patch 1.0 and 1.1 or 1. I can't remember when they moved away from the RNG loot system in PvP in the early days of the game, but this was a huge mistake and the team back then admitted it. I don't know if the team today is so different that nobody actually remembers the disaster of the RNG PvP gearing. It's going to be the same all over again. A quick note, there has been some redesigns for the user interface on the top of your screen. Well, actually, it may not be on the top of your screen, it is on the top of mine. It is the blue bar that contains buttons or links to various panels and menus. It has been redesigned and it now contains a smaller amount of buttons, but each one of them opens a scroll down submenu, and throughout those you will be able to access all of the panels and all of the menus and submenus the game has to offer, such as character panel, character statistic, skill panel, discipline. Everything you need to find or you want to find will be there and available. I can't really say if it's easier because I personally use keybinds for all of these things and I almost never go through the menu, but it feels and looks a little bit more neat. Another change in terms of layout, but this time not user interface layout, is the combat training area on the fleet. It has been redesigned and it now features a lot more panels or terminals for players to use and have an easy and simple access to group content. That is actually where players might go if they want to have a role-playing moment and go directly to the panel or to the terminal and enter a Uprising from there instead of using the shortcut for the command menu. Again, last promise from Bioware, and I'm hoping to see that soon because I don't ever remember them doing it in the past, but Eric Musko made a promise that they're going to have GIFs available for us displaying and showing off all of the new abilities with their new animations. We got to see the power tech animations from first perspective because Brian was displaying and playing his power tech character during the live stream. So we got to see the new abilities for the power tech, and in case you don't know what they are or what they should be, check out my other video, which will probably be linked here somewhere, and it was actually a video live stream I did yesterday overviewing all of the class changes for all the classes for patch 5.0. This is all I wanted to share with you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Click the like button and help me out. Visit my website vulkk.com for daily videos and news. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge. And stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter.